At the end of the day, what is happening at GW and so many colleges is that Joe Biden and his administration, coupled with these radical Democrat mayors, these terrible DAs, and unfortunately some police departments, not most of them, but a handful, are not taking public safety seriously. They're not protecting the civil rights of these students. They have a job to do, but unfortunately the Democrats are more concerned about this presidential election and making sure they get all of their coalition out, as opposed to doing the right thing, which is protecting the civil rights of students on these campuses.
That is just incredibly disappointing, Congressman. It's just an awful story and an awful reaction from this White House. How do you stop it? I mean, I know that some faculty members are part of these protests. I know for a fact that some of them were arrested because they were part of the antagonists.
Well, look, a couple things. First, you stop it by local law enforcement doing its job and engaging these encampments and removing them. These people are trespassing. Number two, these mayors, Muriel Bowser here in D.C., Karen Bass in Los Angeles, and some of these mayors, they got to step up and actually lead, not play politics and not cower to a portion of their political base, because that's what these protesters are, these agitators are. They are a portion of the radical Democrat base. But number three, which is really number one overall, Joe Biden's got to step up and lead America. Well, now, Maria, we know he's not capable of this. The man is no leader. But for crying out loud, at some point, you got to lead somewhere. America knows that this would not be happening under Donald Trump, because Donald Trump would have led day one on this to make sure that these agitated protests, these protests that have gone way too far, students have been intimidated, he would not tolerate that. I think longer term, we have to seriously take a hard look at Article 6 of the 1964 Civil Rights Act.
So do you want to hold back funding, federal funding for these universities?
I do. If you're going to have a university that takes federal money, but they're not going to protect civil rights of students on their campuses, they don't deserve federal funds, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, you made a great point about the president. President Biden waited 10 days before addressing anti-Semitism. I mean, of course, today he's going to make this speech because he's going to the Holocaust Museum. But, you know, I mean, for 10 days, we didn't hear a peep out of this president as anti-Semitism was raging across the country. Why not?
No, you're absolutely. Because the man is not a leader. We know this. We've seen the same script time and time again. Afghanistan, he waited. What happened before Russia invaded Ukraine, he waited. What happened after October 7th, he waited. Dealing with trying to negotiate ceasefires, which, by the way, is an absolute joke. I'm glad that Israel is taking control of Rafah. They need to finish the job. He waited. Now you're dealing with protests. He waited. The border, he's never touched it. He's watched this thing implode our country, and he refuses to talk about it. Joe Biden is the master of disaster, Maria. The man is not a leader. We should not be surprised.
Meanwhile, Biden's DOJ is all over President Trump. I mean, Trump's so-called hush money trial is resuming this morning after a witness yesterday said he did not give money to pay her off. The Manhattan DA's witness yesterday said that Trump actually did not personally direct a Trump Organization executive to set up reimbursement payments to the ex-lawyer Michael Cohen. Former Department of Justice official Matthew Colangelo, who obviously he worked at the DOJ, now he's trying to prosecute Trump. He left a senior DOJ position to join Bragg's prosecution team, once worked for the Democrat National Committee, and received thousands of dollars for political consulting back in 2018. Does none of this matter, Congressman, the fact that there's so many conflicts here from the people who are actually trying to take Trump down?
Listen, it matters to normal Americans, but who it doesn't matter to is the radical left and Joe Biden. This has been a coordinated political attack using the legal system against Donald Trump. This is third world banana republic stuff. But the Democrat agenda has been so awful, they know they cannot beat Donald Trump in a fair fight, so they got to cheat, they got to dissemble. Now they have to bring up these crazy trumped-up charges in court to distract from the disaster of the Democrat agenda. That's what's happened here. Matthew Colangelo is a political hitman. Call it what it is, America. That's who he is.